I do not own Biker Mice from Mars, Initial D, or any of its characters. No money was made from this production. Biker Mice from Mars belongs to Rick Unger, and Initial D belongs to Suichi Shigeno. Biker Mice from Mars, Mountain Drift. Chapter 18, The Other Three. Throttle woke up. He couldn't tell where he was. All he could tell was that he was on his knees, hanging from a cold wall. He could hear chains clink when he moved. Cuffs and irons were on his wrists and ankles. His sunglasses were gone. It hurt to move, it even hurt to breathe. His body surged with pain at the slightest twitch.
What happened?
He wondered out loud.
Enjoy your slumber, rodent?
A familiar voice asked. Throttle instantly knew it was Limburger.
You.
Throttle rasped, baring his teeth.
Yes, me, of course.
Limburger said sarcastically. Throttle then felt a gloved hand lift up his chin.
You really think I'd be bested so easily? Well, I'm afraid you've lost this battle. Here I have one of the greatest warriors from the Martian freedom fighters, completely at my mercy. And this time, there is nothing standing in the way of me and Earth's resources.
Why take me prisoner?
Throttle asked.
Why not just kill me instead? You know I'll never do anything for you. I'll never tell you anything that could threaten Mars or Earth. I'd rather die.
Oh, I'm afraid it's not up to me, dear boy.
Limburger replied.
That's up to my new business partners, and they wanted you alive.
Throttle felt Limburger's gloved hand let go of his chin, letting his head drop, and then he heard footsteps exiting the room. He then heard heavier footsteps enter the room. The next moment he heard growling, but not like a dog. It was more like a...
Oh no.
Throttle thought as he felt a clawed hand grab him by his forehead.
Forget about me already?
A voice said. It was Cataclysm, one of the generals of the Catatonian Empire. The next thing Throttle knew, his head went right smack against the wall, and he could feel the Catatonian's breath on his face and smell it as he spoke.
Listen to me carefully, rodent. You don't have a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of patience. So I'm going to ask you one question, and I expect you to answer it truthfully. Where is Stoker?
Meanwhile, outside Torque Nut Motors. Robbie D was getting ready to close shop when a semi pulled up. He then saw Manuel get out of the passenger seat of the cab.
What the... Manuel? What are you doing here this late in the evening?
Robbie D asked. He then saw Charlie Davidson, Vinnie, and Modo get out of the cab behind Manuel. Boss, look, don't freak out, I can explain, Manuel said, but Robbie D held up his hand, silencing them all. He looked at Modo and Vinnie for a moment, then sighed.
I guess you're looking for Stoker, Carbine, and Ripvine?
Robbie D asked. Vinnie and Modo both exchanged glances. Manuel remembered Throttle talking about Stoker, the former leader of the Martian freedom fighters, his second-in-command Carbine, and Modo's nephew, Rimfire. They're here? Manuel asked. That's when Stoker stepped out of the shadows of the doorway to the shop. He was limping, using a cane for support. His leg was in a cast. Rimfire and Carbine were right behind him. Rimfire's arms were bandaged up. Carbine also had a few injuries, with some bandages on her face.
Stoker? Rimfire? Carbine? What are you doing here?
Vinnie asked, surprised.
We were looking for you.
Stoker said.
We got your distress call and came here in a cruiser when we were shot down by some sort of defense satellite. Where's Throttle?
Vinnie looked down at the ground, ashamed.
He's been captured by Limburger.
Vinnie said. Carbine instantly flew into a fury.
What? How did he get captured? I told you to look after him, after each other. I thought you were one of the best.
That's my fault, ma'am, not his, Manuel spoke up. Throttle crash-landed up on Bogus Basin, and I was helping him recover. It was my fault that he got caught. I left him alone. Carbine paused and gave Manuel a leer. Manuel stared right back into her eyes as if he had nothing to lose.
You let him get caught?
Carbine now looked angry, getting right in Manuel's face. I'm going to get him back, Manuel said.
How?
Carbine demanded. Manuel then got out a tape recorder and played back Limburger's message about the Speedmaster competition. After hearing it, Carbine gave Manuel a skeptical look.
And just how are you going to win this Speedmaster competition?
She asked. Manuel then opened up the back of a semi and explained what he planned to do with his Focus. We'll need to use the shop. That's why I came here. Robbie D is my boss. If we can use a section of the shop during off hours, we can get the car's mods complete in the 2 months time span before the competition. Robbie D put a hand on Manuel's shoulder.
I'll section off an area of the shop for you and your friends to finish the build. We'll get this done.